If you're tired of hearing the same old online business advice to post consistently, then you're in the right place. Today I'm giving you 18 months of business building advice that actually works. These are tips that help me build financial freedom without sacrificing my time, and I'm talking making over $220,000 a year, working around 10 to 20 hours a week. You ready? Let's go. When I first started, personally, I was overwhelmed with all the advice out there. Most of it felt stale, and to be honest, it didn't help me build a business that gave me the freedom that I wanted. After 18 months of trial and error, I actually figured out what works and what doesn't. So I'm here to save you guys some time and a lot of frustration. And hey, I also know, like I said, your time is valuable. So I've broken this video down into timestamps just in the description. You can jump to whatever part you need whenever you need it, but I promise you'll want to stick around for all of it. So let's face it, most online business advice out there that you guys might have seen is designed to keep you kind of like spinning your wheels. It's focused on outdated ideas like hustling nonstop or trading time for money. But if you want financial and time freedom, you need a completely different approach. So here's the first tip. Stop waiting until everything is perfect to launch. You don't need to spend months tweaking your offer or perfecting your service. You need to just start by launching your MVP, which is your minimum viable product, and let the market guide your improvements from there. In my opinion, perfection actually kills profit rather than brings progress. Sell your work in progress, get feedback, and refine from there instead. Every successful entrepreneur knows this. Selling early allows you to get paid while improving your product or service. Number 2 is I want you guys to stop chasing virality, but instead start chasing loyalty. Everyone's obsessed with going viral these days, but that's not what builds a sustainable business. Instead of chasing fleeting views, focus on staying relevant to your people. Create content and services that speaks directly to the problems that your audience or ideal customers is dealing with right now. And your content and your service type should be super hyper targeted. Virality is cool for a moment, but relevance builds long-term trust, clients, and community. Tip number 3 is to diversify your platforms, but own your list. Social platforms come and go, but your email list, that's forever. Build your email list from day one. Even if you are brand new at building an online business, if I could go back in time and talk to myself in April of 22, this is the absolute first thing that I would have done. If Instagram shuts down tomorrow, would your business survive? If YouTube shuts down tomorrow, do you have any contacts? Of course, diversify where you show up, but make sure that your list is your number one asset. I call an email list your home base. Your list is your community. It's the one place where you can control the conversation and control the outcome of something rather than an algorithm doing it for you. Tip number 4 is to get ruthlessly selective with who you work with. Let me tell you, not all money is good money. You have to get ruthlessly selective with who you want to work with. If a client doesn't respect your time, they don't deserve your energy, in my opinion. You'll get way more time and mental freedom by saying no to the wrong clients and yes to the right ones. I personally learned this the hard way on multiple occasions. But when I finally stopped working with energy draining clients, what do you know? I gained energy, and so did my business. So a quick question for you guys today. Have you ever regretted working with a difficult client, even if the money was awesome? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has experienced this, but feel free to debunk me below. Tip number 5 is kind of the same as tip number 4, but I want you to embrace no as it relates to turning down low-paying projects. And trust me, I get it. This one's tough, but it could completely change your life and your business. Learn to say no to low-paying projects, even if the money is tempting. Use that time instead to create high-value offers or systems that pay you long-term. Trust me, from experience, short-term gains are not worth the long-term exhaustion. The more you say no to things that don't align with your bigger goals, the more you'll attract projects and people that do. Tip number 6 is to use your story as your superpower. and use it to your advantage to get more sales. Your story, in my opinion, is your most powerful asset. And when I finally understood that about my own brand, my sales skyrocketed, but my time investment stayed the same or even decreased. The more you share about your personal journey, your struggles, your lessons, the more people are more willing to connect with you. It's not just about the product or the service or the piece of content that you're creating. It's about why you're the person to help them them do the things that they need and solve the problems that they have. And I want you to think about how to weave your story into your brand. Building a personal brand online is all about like being personable. So that's how we create lasting trust with our audience, with our clients, and even with future prospects who don't even know us yet. Tip number 7 is I want you to charge more while working less. This tip will truly set you free. It is time to stop trading hours for dollars. We have been told that this is the norm for literally our entire lives. You're supposed to work 40 hours a week or more. You're supposed to be a part of a family in a corporate structure. You're not really supposed to like want time off because your job is so awesome. Well, that is not it. That is not true. That is not the way we are going to live going forward. You also need to understand that like when you're in an online business, your pricing should reflect the value you deliver, not the time you spend. And that's really, really hard for beginners because they're so used to getting paid a certain amount per hour based on their job description. In the online business world or in the service business world, we're not going to do that anymore. The more value you bring, the higher you should charge, even if it takes you less time to do it than somebody else. And that's how you create that time freedom while still getting paid well. And don't get me wrong, this isn't about being greedy. It's about knowing your worth and creating space to grow for you, your income, and also the brand. You have to keep that in mind too. The more value you bring is just more opportunity for them to grow as well. So you're helping everyone in this. Tip number 8 is automation. Let's talk automation for a second. Your creativity is your biggest asset, so do not waste it on admin tasks. You can automate everything you can or hire a virtual assistant to handle the busy work for you. It's your time to focus on the creative stuff that moves the needle in your business. And every second that you can save on, repetitive tasks is a second that you can put back into growing said business. So I want to know, what tasks could you possibly automate in your business right now? What are things that maybe you can use a software for? You can use a SaaS, a software as a service for. Let me know in the comments, because the sooner you free up your time, the faster your business will be able to grow from experience. Tip number 9 is to tap into underserved niches and become the expert in them. Instead of trying to appeal to everyone, find an underserved niche and become the go-to expert. By the way, if you're new to this channel, yes, I say niche, not niche. I don't know why I have to keep saying this, but you guys keep commenting and saying I'm wrong. So goodbye, see you later. Like, don't stay for the rest of the video. I don't care. When you dominate a micro community, you build trust faster and face less competition. But I highly recommend to also consider not niching yourself out of a job or niching yourself too deep into a box that once you do grow, you feel like you can't ever grow out of that. I have worked personally with countless one-on-one clients who have gotten into a niche, blew up online, grew their experience and knowledge in other things, but then they felt like they couldn't talk about them. And I don't want you guys to go through the same. Tip 10 is your boundaries are non-negotiable. Here's the truth. Your boundaries need to be set in stone. If you don't protect your time, clients will not protect your time. They will take advantage of it. And it's not because they're bad clients, it's because you didn't set them up with the right tools to treat you appropriately. Set clear limits on availability and deadlines right from the start. Respect your time and others will follow suit. And in my opinion, this is the true key to true time freedom. Your business should work around your life, not the other way around. And the fastest way to fall back in love with your business is to stop doing things that you hate. Tip number 12 is to outsource anything that drains you, whether it's bookkeeping, editing, or customer service. The more you enjoy what you're doing, the more your business will thrive. Trust me, life is way too short to do work you hate. And last but not least, tip number 12 is to monetize your ideas, monetize the knowledge that you have gained over time. I want you to stop giving away your ideas and your knowledge for free. If I hear one more person say, "Can I just pick your brain for a second?" No, my brain is expensive. Whether it's brands or clients, if they want your expertise, they gotta pay for it. Package your strategies, your consultations, your ideas as a service. This is not a nonprofit. You are running an online business. And if they needed to consult with a lawyer for legal purposes, they would maybe anticipate a 10 to 15 minute consultation free, potentially, depending on the lawyer, but everything after that is gonna be about $4.50 an hour. Why can't you do the same? People pay for your value, so start acting like it. So there you have it, guys. That is 12 tips from 18 months of building an online business that has been able to sustain over $200,000 every year for almost 3 years running now. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, I highly recommend liking this video, hitting that subscribe button, and also feel free to head to the description for some free online business guides that I have for you. Oh, and don't forget to check out my other videos for more unconventional business strategies that can help you grow a lot faster. I'll see you in the next one.